We've all seen Catfish and seen the saga of Manti Te'o and the fake girlfriend drama. Well, it happens more than you would think. There's a lot of people who seek to scam via online dating profiles. And according to seekingarrangements.com, there are 8 simple signs that you can use to discover if that girl you met on the internet is fake and scamming you. Seekingarrangements.com is actually for more, I guess, wealthy daters.
Oh, well, that adds a whole new color to this story.
Well, it does that because I guess they're bigger targets to be scammed by fake dating profiles. I've seen this before on different news shows where what they'll do is they'll kind of build a relationship, usually with, the ones I saw, all the examples I saw were an older woman and in some kind of like too good to be true man, like falling in love with them, then after a while they're asking for money, and you know, it's kind of like the...
Well, that's a little contrary to their findings here.
Yeah.
Because they say, for the most part, the fake profiles are of women, right?
Yeah.
Or female.
Well, no, I'm just saying the ones I saw on that news show were
okay,
that,
fine.
and that is what they were doing. But yeah, actually, 71% of scam profiles say they're female, according to Seeking Arrangements. So, number one, if that girl on the internet is fake, if she's a girl, that could be a good sign. Let's move on.
Lesson learned.
Lesson
Just
learned.
talk to dudes on the internet because they're probably dudes.
Yeah.
And because the females are probably dudes too. So I hope you like dudes.
82% of banned Seeking Arrangement profiles said that they're Christian and specifically Catholic. Catholic was the most common religion of the scammers.
So then that leads me to my first question. What is the motivation for these, are they called catfishers? I don't know.
Kind of, but I think catfishing is different because the people in, I guess, the documentary / movie, depending on if you believe it was real or fake, were more looking for escapism in their lives, not to get any money from anyone. So it was more like...
So that was just for the rush?
It was like extreme escapism. Well, not really the thrill of fooling someone, but the thrill of escaping your life, being someone else with maybe a more desirable life, and just kind of role-playing through it.
At the expense of this person whose
these will go
emotions
on
you're
and
toying
on.
with.
Eventually, you know, they're gonna dodge meeting you. And have you ever seen the MTV show?
Catfish?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, every time. I know what to expect every time because they're like, well, he's an Abercrombie and Fitch model, and like he's the richest guy in the world, and he wants to meet me. I've never met him, and when I talked to him on the phone, he sounded all different. And they made up, and yeah, it's like some guy who's totally nothing like that. But that is different from these. These
are
scams. To extort money.
Extortion. So my guess is then that these qualities that they're listing the scammers most often have are the most desirable qualities for the men on this site. Is that what I'm reading into? That they're looking for
something that they think men will gravitate to, and maybe one out of all the people who see it will be a good scam target. Another strange thing about them is their passwords tend to also have kind of, I don't know why we know well, they know their passwords, Seeking Arrangement. Their passwords are things like God is good or loving God. It's also very religious. I don't know why that would matter or how you would know what their password is, but I guess you know how to crack them now. 63% of scam profiles say they're widowers. These men and women tag at your heartstrings, said a representative from Seeking Arrangements. 37% of scam profiles said they had a graduate degree, and 54% said they had doctorates. Trust me, I'm a doctor. That is what all that is about. And certain races they like to use. Even though less than 2% of the American population is Native American, 36% of scam profiles say they're Native. And below that, other popular races were mixed, 19, and other, 17. Those are the categories that I like to use, because that is what I am. The spokesperson said, they try to be a different race, something other than the usual, because it sounds more exotic. And to that I say, ew.
Native American is exotic?
I guess.
Isn't that like the opposite of exotic?
Yeah, I know. You should be exotic by those standards.
Oh, if you're from Europe? Yeah, I suppose I live in an imaginary world where everyone on the internet is American and speaks English, and for that I apologize. Sorry, Europeans who are looking for exotic Native American ladies, widowers.
It's possible, 2% of the population.
Sure, yeah.
Another
Why not?
thing is shifty jobs. 26 of scammers say they're engineers, 25% say they're royalty, and 23% say they're self-employed.
There's a problem right there. There's no such thing as Native American royalty. They have chieftains.
Oh, very
pretty
good,
sure.
Tim. I'm proud of you.
I'm pretty sure.
You did it. You used the clues and you followed your dreams.
Broke this cake wide open.
There are also certain places that are popular. Just like spam in your email inbox, scam profiles most commonly come from Nigeria, 28%. Other common countries are Ukraine, 23%, and Philippines, 21%.
Okay.
I'm just saying, that's in there.
So clearly these scammers have done their research and built the perfect woman that, appeals to these.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand about Southeast Asia and the Ukraine because there's a lot of mail order brides that come from there, right? Is that
Get
racist?
out of town.
Is that racist? I don't think so. I think that's factual. I've been on the internet before. I've seen that.
I think that's just, if they're being truthful about where they're from.
If they're being truthful?
Which,
what about this is truthful?
That's what it says in this article. Maybe bits and pieces are so that they have a closer connection to this weird lady they made up.
The strangest part for me
Native American princess.
Is that their passwords, their profile passwords, are also in keeping with this made-up personality.
Are they making it so that if the other person breaks into their account, they'll be like, oh yeah, like God, I can trust her.
I mean, it's not like their password would be scammy McFake. They're not going to give themselves away like that.
I gotta go change my password now. Yeah. So follow these tips, and maybe you can find out if that person you've met online, your paramour, is actually trying to scam you. I don't know. How often does this happen?
My final question is, if they can, do a survey of fake profiles, they clearly know which ones are fake. Why don't they just remove them?
These are a survey of the banned profiles. So this is what all these banned problems that have been removed have in common. And a lot of these commonalities are very high. 82% love God. That's a high percentage. That's like a B-.
Yeah.
I know I always use grades to describe things, but that's pretty good.
You're
right?
very grade oriented.